What's up, y'all? It's all. Today I'll be doing the Ripple Blade run day 1. So this is going to be a very interesting build for sure. Mostly built around the arcane stat and status effects. It should be very, very strong, but I guess we'll see when we get into the actual gameplay. So let me talk about the build for a second. I'm going to be yapping for about 15 to 20 minutes on the build, so if you don't care about that, just skip ahead in the VOD. Let's get right into it. Let me show... Boom. There we go. Oh, hold on. Hold on, that's not right. Yeah, that's okay. Boom. Okay, so the Ripple Blade is an axe. It is a very interesting axe because, like, most axes are standard damage, but it is one of those that has no infusion, you cannot infuse it, and it requires regular smithing stones. As I explained in the previous run with the Great Club, that is the worst of both worlds. Not being able to infuse your weapon means you cannot build upon its strengths. So you can't, for example, have a heavy infusion and increase the strength scaling, or go occult and increase this arcane scaling. That is not an option for you. Also, using regular smithing stones as an upgrade is prohibitive, because if you have somber smithing stones, you can get a fully upgraded weapon within 2 hours of the game. With regular smithing stones, you're forced to wait all the way until Farum Azula to get a fully upgraded weapon, basically. So that sucks. Having both of these typically sucks. The one saving grace of this weapon, though, is that it is buffable. So similar to the Great Club run from last time, we can apply buffs to this weapon, but unlike that run, we're not going to be using incantations to get that done. We're going to be using greases, and I'll explain why in just a second. But first, we need to talk about the skill, Wild Strikes, which, by the way, you cannot replace on this weapon, but that's okay because Wild Strikes is really good. So basically, you hold down the skill button and you just start swinging in an X formation. Boom, 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 forever, literally, until your FP goes down. It costs 2 FP for swing, so basically forever. You can start swinging this. Really, really good. And at any point, you could press the R1 button, the light attack, to perform a sweeping finish, or the R2, the heavy attack, to do a vertical chop. So there is a mini... what is it called? Square off? There's like a mini square off component with this skill where you have a finishing move that does a lot of stance damage, okay? So there's 2 ways to use Wild Strikes effectively. There is the just hold down the skill button and just chop away in the X formation, just boom, 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 forever. And the second way is to use like a pseudo square off, pseudo unsheath, and just immediately use the charge, like not the charge, but just the R2 attack, to inflict heavy stance damage. The stance damage depends on the weapon class, and they have a table here. We're just using axes, and as you can see, it is the worst stance damage possible. So if you wanted to go for the pseudo square off build, you'd go for great hammers and have 42 stance damage heavies. Really, really strong, by the way. We don't have that because Ripple Blade is just an axe, so we have the literal worst stance damage possible on this skill. So instead, we're going to just hold down the skill button and just chop people to shreds with the X formation attack. Okay? There is one other interesting aspect about this skill, though. Actually, I guess 2. The first one is that you get a lot of poise. So you get more poise than usual when you're doing the X formation, and you get even more poise when you're doing the finishers. Either the light or heavy, which is very helpful for tanking through like boss animations and whatnot. But more importantly, unlike most melee skills, this one does not have a status penalty. And what I mean by that is most melee skills have a penalty to their status buildup. So if you have like bleed on a weapon and use Lion's Claw, for example, the penalty on the Lion's Claw hit will make it so that you don't build as much as if you just hit with a regular attack, if that makes sense. Wild Strikes does not have that. So if you can get away with spamming the X formation attack, which hits really rapidly, you will build up status extremely quickly. Like very, very, very fast. with that. So that's very interesting. I think that also applies to the successive attacks mechanic as well. There's no accumuval penalty, so that also makes that build more viable. Now, why is this weapon decent? It might seem like it sucks. Oh, an arcane scaling weapon that doesn't have any status effects, no other scalings, and you cannot infuse it, and it requires regular smithing stones. This seems really bad. The key to using this weapon and the other Ripple weapon, the halberd, is grease, okay? In case you don't know, blood grease, poison grease, and soporific grease apply statuses that scale with arcane. So if your weapon scales with arcane, like this one does, and you apply a grease to it, the scaling from the grease, or the grease scales, basically. The grease scales with this weapon. So that is very, very strong. Normally, blood grease, for example, gives you 30 blood loss buildup. Not a lot, right? But because this weapon has arcane scaling, and so much of it, in fact, literal, I think it's S tier, right? At the end, yeah, S tier arcane scaling, that 30 buildup can go all the way to 108. That is absolutely crazy. And remember, no penalty on status for wild strikes, so every single hit is 108 bleed buildup. You're going to build up bleed extremely quickly with this weapon. That is why the Ripple Blade is actually really good. It may look underwhelming on paper, and it does if you do not use any greases, but if you use the arcane scaling greases, then this weapon becomes absolutely amazing. Now, obviously, there is a caveat to that. There are some enemies that are completely immune to all stats effects, most notably Radagon and Elden Beast at the end of the game. That is a struggle bus for this weapon, obviously. But most enemies are not bleed resistant, at least most Remembrance bosses. And if they are bleed resistant, usually you can at least hit them with a poison, which is not nearly as good, but still serviceable. So you're very rarely shut out, with the exception of, obviously, Radagon and Elden Beast. So, actually, even Radagon might be able to get hit by poison. I don't remember. But Elden Beast cannot. So, those guys, this sucks. But everybody else, this is totally fine. And honestly, this weapon will completely shred the base game. It's going to be hilarious. It's a little harder in the DLC because Wild Strikes is hard to just maintain consistently because the bosses just spam at you. But it gets to a point where you don't even want to crit enemies. You just want to spam Wild Strikes. Just don't even go for the crit. Just spam Wild Strikes through it, and you'll murder them. Like, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. So, let's talk about the greases that we're going to use this run, okay? Blood grease is by far the best one. Like I said before, blood loss buildup, which is percentage-based HP loss plus 100. So, that's going to be what we're going to be using for most of the game. Now, for enemies that are bleed resistant or immune, we're going to use poison grease instead. So poison grease causes poison buildup, obviously, which is again percentage based damage, but over 90 seconds, which makes it far weaker than bleed. Because remember, while this is ticking, you can't proc it again. Bleed, it goes off, you can immediately start proccing it again. Start building up right from scratch. Poison, you gotta wait for this 90 seconds before you get to build up again. It's also min-max on certain high health bosses to start with poison grease first, get the poison on them, and then switch to blood grease mid-fight, because there's a mechanic in this game where bosses increase their resistances to a status every time you inflict that status on them. So if I bleed them, they're gonna be harder to bleed next time. So to delay that, sometimes it's advantageous to poison first, then start bleeding. But that's a more advanced tactic for like Radon, maybe Placidusax, high health bosses like that. Finally, soporific grease inflicts sleep. I'm not really going to use this run, but just know that if you're fighting rune bears, godskin people, they're extremely weak to sleep. So it's probably a good idea to switch to this. I might use this for Godskin Duo, I don't know. But I'll probably just stick to blood grease, because honestly, they're not that hard at this stage, so... But if you're struggling, by all means, take soporific grease on those guys, and it will literally sleep them for an entire minute. It is freaking hilarious. They'll wake up if you hit them again, but for Gods Can Do, if you sleep one, you can just kill the other one while the other one's sleeping. Super, super, super easy, so... Definitely recommend for those guys, but in general, I would not take this over Blood or Poison. Okay, so that's going to be it for the build. Ripple Blade, Wild Strikes, Grease. That's going to be the main idea here. As for Talisman, oh yeah, also, one more thing. Golden Vow and a Dagger, standard for all non-faith builds. Although, if I'm over-leveled, I might go into Faith and get the incantation version of the skill at 25 Faith, which is better and lasts longer. So, maybe I'll get the incantation version. But for now, Golden Vow and a Dagger. Standard for all non-faith builds. You want this, dudes. Really, really good. Okay, as for talismans, you actually have a lot of options because of Wild Strikes. The full offensive set is Shard of Alexander, boosts the attack power skills by 15%, that's Wild Strikes. Lord of Blood's Exaltation, raise attack power by 20% for 20 seconds when blood loss occurs. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lot of that with this. So really, really good here. Millicent's Prosthesis, successive attacks. The dexterity is wasted, but that's fine. Winged Sword, successive attacks as well. This talisman stacks with Millicent's, which is why I would want both of them for the offensive build. But if you want to swap one out, and honestly, I probably will for at least the DLC and some other fights, swap out Winged Sword insignia for a defensive, like Ritual Shield Talisman, Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, and so on. Basically, if you can't spam Wild Strikes because the boss is too fidgety or spams a lot, these successive attacks talismans go away and are replaced with defensive ones, alright? Also, forgot to mention, Wild Strikes procs a successive attack tier in 3 hits, so 3 strikes of the X, so 1, 2, 3, you get 1 pip here, like the 3% increase, another 3 is the 5%, another 3 is the 10%, approximately, okay? So it's fairly viable, although it can be hard on certain bosses to maintain these. On big bosses like Basilisks and Bayle, it's not a problem at all. But for Bayle, I still probably will want defensive because he's insane, but, you know. We'll cross the bridge when we get there. As for Crystal Tiers, Obeline Hard Tier, boosts damage negation by 15% for 3 minutes. Thorny Crack Tier, successive attacks by 20% at max for 3 minutes. Obviously, self-explanatory, really, really strong pairing here. For armor, we're going to run War Surgeon set. Very thematic with the bleed theme, obviously, but also the White Mask Helmet increases your attack power by 10% for 20 seconds every time you blood loss, which stacks with Lord of Blood's Exaltation, so free DPS there, boys. Finally, we're going to be playing the Wretch. I was thinking of starting with Hero. Hero or Wretch is the best stat. Like, stat-wise, it's the best characters to play. I think I'm going to run with Wretch because it's better with Godric's Rune. So that means you're going to be starting at level 1 with nothing. So that's going to be very interesting, but should be fine. And yeah, that's going to be it for the build, dudes. A lot of yapping, but we're done, so that's what's up. Let me close that. Alright, dude, so this is actually the 4th attempt, believe it or not, trying to get this Deathless. Attempt 1 died to a fall damage bug. Basically, you can land, but your fall damage is stored, so if you jump again, it's still accumulating, and then you die. I'll play the clip right now on the YouTube VOD. Boom. There we go. Ooh. Oh. Whoops. Attempt number 2 died to Fire Giant, bad RNG. He did a quick animation on his meteor attack, and 5 meteors land on top of me at once. It was hilarious. I gotta clip that. Oh, our forcing us to survive down here. Oh, frick. And attempt number 3 had a literal bug where we fast traveled from one location to another. The map unloaded underneath me, and then I instantly died. Definitely the best talisman in the entire game for that reason. Now, I wish I did that before killing the wolf, so now we have less runes because of that, but that's okay, dude. That's okay. Actually, it's not Shula's classroom, it's a debate parlor, right? I think it's debate parlor, actually. We need to... My game just crashed? This game, like, never crashes and just crashed back to back. Oh. What? So, I don't know what is going on with this weapon. It's cursed, boys, but we gotta start over. This time, I'm determined now. After that last one, I am determined to do this Deathless. So, we're going all the way back, level 1. GREASY 4 is born, boys, because he's the 4th one in this lineage to try and do this. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's so crazy, but I am determined now to see this through. I don't know what is happening and why this weapon is cursed, but that's fine. We're starting all the way back from the beginning. Boom. This is literally the 4th time I'm going to explain this, but basically, today's goal is Godric, Renala, and Radahn, okay? Those 3 remembrances, they will die today, alright? Nobody else, like no other remembrances are going to die today, so if you're waiting for like Moog or somebody else, that'll be day 2, don't worry about it. We're going to focus on collecting and killing those 3 remembrances. Now, in case you haven't seen these before, the first day of new game runs are usually mostly collecting, okay? They're mostly collectathons, especially with somber or non-somber weapons like this one, just regular smithing stone weapons. So there's a lot of collecting going on, okay? But I will kill Godric, Renala, and Radahn, so we will at least get some progress on the counter. It's just inevitable that we gotta do a lot of collecting early on. That's totally fine. Okay. When we finally do pull this off Deathless, it's gonna feel so good. It's like, thank frick, dude. Yeah. Kinda crazy. I'm getting a bit tired of like re-explaining the same things over and over again, but I'll do it for you guys because y'all are the best. Okay, there we go. Talk to Var. Very good. Use the lands between rune. Now, most runs, I shouldn't even say most runs, not all runs, I'm going to have to restart constantly to get a Deathless run. There are some runs where I'm just going to accept I'm going to die like 5 million times. The Great Bow run that's coming up is probably going to be one of those runs. I am going to do a Great Bow run soon-ish. Not like maybe right after this, but definitely soon. So keep an eye out for that, but that's one where death is essentially inevitable, so don't get your hopes up about that. But this run, there's no reason for me not to be able to do this Deathless. It's just like horrifically bad RNG every time, stopping us. So we're gonna just fish that out. Eventually, we will get enough normal luck to do this. And not like weird one-off coincidences killing us. These root resins are really important, by the way. These are useful for both blood grease and poison grease. So definitely want to grab those. Okay. It wouldn't be a true Deathless without trials and tribulations, I guess. But there's literally no reason that, like, the Great Club run will go, like, basically flawlessly. Which is a slow weapon that's hard to hit people with. And then this much faster weapon, all of a sudden there's, like, absolute insanity happening and one-offs everywhere. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, dudes. Okay. Grab this grace. Very nice, very nice. We're going to, for the 4th time, go get this golden vow up here. Also, you see this grace down here, the War Master's Shack. Make sure you grab that, since that's going to be useful for farming later. So, we're going to need that real quick. In fact, I'll show you guys the route right now. Boom, 3 root resins right there. Two more here, so 5 nodes in total. Poggers, poggers, poggers. Boom, 2 more there, that's 7. And then right here is number 8 and number 9. So you get 9 free root resins there. That is the primary farming method for root resins. We're going to need that for blood and poison grease, like I said earlier. Really, really important to get used to that route. Okay. We got to kill this guy for some golden vow action now. We saw me really early. It's going to be an annoying, awful fight, isn't it? Or maybe not. Oh, he's trying to bait me off the cliff. Nice try, dude. You have to try harder than that, my guy. Because he saw us, this is now going to be really slow. In fact, you know, let's just save quit. He's just going to turtle forever. So save quit, reset his aggro, and then we'll kill him when he is not seeing us. Man, today just nothing is going right in Elden Ring. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So wait for him to turn around. There we go. Cool, cool. Oh, he quick spammed that. That's crazy. He like instantly fired that off. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's do like this. There we go. Annoying. Absolutely annoying. But we at least got Golden Vow, which is really good. Really, really good, boys. I hope I don't get that map unloading bug like in the last attempt. That was crazy. Just for context, I've been playing this game for a really long time now, and I have never seen that happen. That's how cursed the Ripple Blade is. I don't know if someone put like a hex on it, an ancient Irish hex or something. But weird stuff is happening with it. Really weird. You see that kind of stuff in speedruns of the game, but they have a very specific setup, and they do it in the DLC. So for that to just happen to me randomly in the base game was wild. That's gonna be a crazy clip, dudes. I'll make it a short, too. That was, like, insane that it actually happened. Okay. Now over here are 2 grave sites with a bunch of runes in them. Very, very useful, especially for a level 1 Wretch run like this. Okay. Augers. This cookbook has the sleep stuff on it, like the soporific grease and whatnot, I'm pretty sure. But we're not using that for this run, so don't worry too much about it. It could be handy on like certain NPC battles and like obviously Godskin Noble, Godskin Apostle, Ruden Bears, but we don't really care that much, so. Blast! Oh shoot. He does that before Golden Bow? He's never done that before. Holy Kenneth. I feel like the AI is totally different. He didn't Golden Bow ever. What? There we go. His AI is completely different than what it should be right now. Like, what is happening, actually? Kinda crazy, to be honest. There we go, still dies. Something seriously went wrong with the game because every enemy pattern is different than what it should be so far. Hopefully that isn't a long-term problem. Huh. Who's the next boss we're gonna fight? The Crystallian? Yeah, we'll see what he does, I guess. Actually, no. No, yeah, that would be Crystallian, I think. Yeah. So when we get to him, we'll confirm if anything's amiss or not. But, so far, the Knight has behaved weird, and Kenneth Hyde has behaved weird, so I don't know what to make of that. Super strange. But we got this. So go over here, high level zone, but don't panic, because Blackblade Kindred will not aggro as long as you don't go in that building, I believe. And then you could easily dodge these little... I forget what they're called, actually. Frick. Little munchkins here. Obviously stay behind them and stuff like that. Oh, maybe they're the Vulgar Militia. Yeah. Vulgar Militia, actually. Nice. Free golden seed there. We got 3. Very good. Let's go southwards now. Oh man, I guess no stream tonight because I'm just gonna do this right now for about 3 hours and then take tonight off. Maybe we'll do some night rain though. I don't know. By the way, more root resin. Grab that. Really important. Those tiers are really good for the early game. Charge attacks and what is it? Sound recovery. Really, really good. Until we get our actual tiers later on. Yeah, the Putrid Avatar had a completely different attack pattern too. Like something corrupted in my game because of that glitch that happened that made me fall through the map. So I'm hoping that a fresh restart, like I minimized the game completely, reopened it, verified the integrity of the files, everything was good. So I'm hoping that everything shakes out normally this time. All right, let's test this out. Grab the blood roses here. Good, we got good RNG on his moveset. Cool, cool, cool. Bad RNG there. Awesome. Let's save quit. They're giving us really bad luck. That's just bad luck. That's nothing to do with the weird patterns. If you have horrible RNG, the rat and the bomb will combo you, which is exactly what happened there. So if that happens, just save quit. It's fine. At least we got the cookbook, though. Which means we can craft blood grease. We can start being greasy. Okay, Deathless Medallion half done. Now, before I continue onwards to Weeping Peninsula, I'm actually going to go north to the swamp. And the reason for that is that I want to fish out the fall bug. So just to reiterate, there is a bug in this game with slope surfaces where if you land on a certain surface, you will land, you'll see your landing animation play, but instead of your fall damage being reset to 0, it's stored. So the next time you jump, it starts adding up from where it's stored, and you will instantly die once you land again. So that is what killed the very first run. It's a very, very rare bug, so go figure that I triggered it, right? But it can happen on a certain slope surface up here. It's not a big deal, honestly, if it triggers, because it's so early in the run. It's like, who asked, right? You just reset and go again. But it is amusing, at least, when that happens. Let's hope it doesn't this time, though, because I don't know if I have it in my heart to reset to another time and do a temp 5. I don't know. At that point, I might be like, yeah, see you guys tomorrow. We'll try again tomorrow. Hopefully that just doesn't happen, though. Okay. Let's level up. Vigor first, for sure.
Forgive me. To determine
Forgive me.
It seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering.
Yeah, we can go to Round Table right now. That's fine. Let me make sure my audio is good as well. Yes. Nice. Okie doke. We can also get our Golden Vow dagger, so we may as well do that while we're here. So right here, no, not a bell bearing. In here is a dagger, which is the lightest weapon that can hold Golden Vow. So definitely want that.
You're no matter loud. You.
Boom, Golden Vow. Very, very nice. Let's go back. So these early levels are going to be spent basically entirely on Vigor. Very nice. We got a bunch of flask upgrades. Boom. I'll show all of the farming locations as well for, what is it? The reagents. We've already shown the pine resin one. Not pine resin, this isn't Dark Souls. The root resin location. I think I can show you guys the poison bloom location next, and that's the other reagent needed for poison grease. And it requires platforming, so may as well. So grab this grace, we're gonna need it way later. Honestly, I think with no, we do need to still take the fall damage glitch. Actually, we still need it. I was like, maybe we can actually avoid that entirely. No. Not without at least slowing us down a ton. So if you go over here, you'll see the Karian study hall in the background eventually. Okie doke. We're coming up on it. Very nice. Hug the cliff face here. Now, in this area, right next to the Karian study hall, there's going to be a drop. Okay? Where is it? There you go, right here. Be very careful here, because in typical Souls fashion, you will die if you mess this up. In fact, I'm going to dismount, remount here. Because the turn radius on Torrent is a little bit messy. Same thing here. Boom, there we go. Now we're in Jarburg. Very, very nice. And this is where you get the poison bloom most easily because there are 8 different nodes. It's a pink flower, so take a look for that. 1 there, 2 there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you just run the street over and over again. And that's it. Very, very easy, boys. Okay, time for the fall damage bug. Potentially. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I don't know why it's so, like, weird, but we should be fine. At the end of the Purified Ruins here is going to be a teleporter. I should be right in here, actually. Take this teleporter, and here's the fall damage bug. So, this sends us to the front of Ghetto Hogwarts, Rykard Academy. We're going to grab the Grace here, and there is a fast way to get down. However, it has a chance of killing you because of the bug. In order to minimize the chance of that happening, I'm going to, instead of performing it twice, I'm going to perform it once and take the safe away by going over here for one of them, okay? This barely loses any time because this is in the same direction as one of the paths, so we don't have to worry about that. Boom. But the other way is a lot faster because we're going west instead of east. So, we will see in about a minute from now whether our luck gets us killed or not, again. I don't know who that is, by the way. I don't know if I've ever talked to that NPC before. He's like, Lanya, Lanya. Yeah, I don't know who the frick that is. Not gonna try this time, though, because judging by the state of my RNG in this run, he's just gonna bust out, like, Hand of Millennia and murder me or something. So we'll just avoid him. I need to make sure this is going, right? Yeah, it is. Progress. Okay. Recording is active. That's what's up. Oh, man. Frick. Okay, Karian Study Hall. There we go. Okay, now time to test the bug. We'll come back way later for the Karian Study Hall, so don't worry too much about that. We're going to go to the South Ray Lucaria Gate now, and we're going to see. This pole sticking out of the ground is the source of the bug, okay? There's many different areas in Elden Ring. This is one of them that causes the bug. Let's test it out right now. Okay, we did not die. Good. If the bug triggered, we would have died the moment we hit the water there, even though we clearly landed. So, luckily, not going to die to that this run. Oof. That's one major hurdle down. Very nice. There's only one more reagent to show you, and it is the blood roses. Those are directly to the southeast of our location right now, so let me go grab that. So take this route south, grab a blood rose here, grab another blood rose right here. And right up ahead is Rose Church, which has a bunch of blood roses inside, so. There is a blood monk or disciple, whatever he is here, so be very careful. Grab these on torrent and leave very quickly, okay? Don't loiter around. Boom. Now we got all that blood rose. So those are the 3 reagents we're going to be needing throughout this run. Pine res, not pine resin, root resin. Again, not Dark Souls. Blood rose and poison bloom. Okay? I'm going to do most of my farming offline because it's literally just doing that, running around in circles, picking plants. Like, nobody wants to see that. So, I'll do most of that offline after day 1, but those are the routes I'm going to be using. Very, very nice. We can make 15 blood grease immediately, which is very, very nice. Some poison bloom here for free as well. May as well take it. All right. Very, very nice, dudes. Up here is the Halleck Tree Medallion half, but we do not want to take it yet because if we do, it spawns Ensha, and Ensha's going to be really tough to kill right now. So we're just going to grab the Grace and move on. Okay? There we go. Now, at long last, we can resume our collectathon in Limgrave. So let's go ahead. Over here is a free gold pickled fowlfoot. There we go. We'll use that on the dragon later. Very soon, actually, I think. Boom, easy peasy. Now we go to the gate front and complete Limgrave. Head into Leaping Peninsula a little bit as well. I'm going to put the grease in my quick slot.
Oi. You there. Could you
Got a free bog, of course.
Would you go and do that? Some clue. You were just thank you.
Believe it or not, his reward of 10 mushrooms here is actually really useful if you're doing the sleep speed strat to kill Godskin Noble immediately in Volcano Manor. It's super random, but it actually is pretty useful if you're doing that. We're not going to be doing that today, although it is possible. You need to die, though, to do that. I mean, you don't need to, but basically you can use the warp in Raya Lucaria to get to Volcano Manor quickly. But that requires dying, so we're not going to bother with that. Let's grab this smithing stone. This will be useful for Serpent-Hunter later. Okay, there's the second gold pickle fowlfoot. That one is for Moog, which will be in early day 2 is when we fight him. Okay. Limgrave is done. Now we need to go into Weeping Peninsula and loot all that stuff, dudes. There is one thing we can't do yet, or maybe we can. I know, it seems kind of risky, though. Try. It seems highly risky to try, but maybe we do, just for the memes. Go find the poison book immediately. That'd be kind of interesting. There we go. The ballista behaved as normal. Holy cow, it's a miracle, dudes. Something actually worked as it should have. Let's go. We don't need to improv or anything. There we go. Leave Irina here. She'll be useful later. Don't talk to her at all. There's a lot of important stuff to pick up right here, boys. So, there's going to be a golden rune 2, I believe. But also, in this carriage is the Morning Star. The Morning Star is going to be very useful. Smithing Stone 2 as well. Up there is the turtle shield. It is min-max for this build, but I just don't want to look like an idiot. Look like Donatello, so I'm not going to use it. But if you don't care about that, it is +5 stamina recovery per second, even if it's in your offhand and you're two-handing the Ripple Blade. So it is min-max to do that. I'm just not going to this run. Very nice. Wait here. There we go. Do we try the cave, I wonder? Huh. There's a lot of rats in there, so... Don't know, boys. I don't know. I'm gonna say wait until the dragon is killed, because if I die in there, that would be hilarious, but I also don't want to reset again. So, at least not today. So let's just play it safe and wait until the dragon's dead, and then we'll come back. Pick up those root resins, by the way. Really nice. Okay, let's go to... You know what? We can actually save time by not having to double back. Let's just go straight to Caelid right now. Yeah. And take care of the dragon. The reason the Morning Star is so crucial is because it has innate bleed on it. And when I'm on the ground and I'm two-handing, I can automatically meet all the requirements. So that means it's really good for killing the dragon in front of Dragon Barrow and getting a bunch of early runes. If you're like a samurai or whoever, there's one other class that has an innate bleed weapon. If you're either of them, you could just use their base weapons. But if you're not them, you have to use like the Morning Star or something. You don't have to, but it makes it way better. So... Really, really good. Okie doke. Good old Caelid. So grab this first. Preserving boluses is useful for Millennia and Clean Rot Knights, so very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. A minor gravesite here, but you can't argue with free. Very nice to have a bunch of free runes. Okay. We're gonna cut across here. if you follow this route, you don't have to worry about the birds that chase you forever and instantly kill you, so... If you do somehow aggro them, don't worry, just save quit, and when you reload, their aggro's reset, so they won't be a bother to you. Really bad spot for that dog. Let's go grab the Grace first. Okay, Dragon Barrow's a high-level area, but it's actually pretty safe, oddly enough. As long as you just get by quickly. Now watch out for Doggo there. Now over here is a grave site with some zombies. Boom. Golden Rune 6 is really strong this early. Very, very, very good. Now we're gonna head up here. Come down here. There's a lot of really good stuff here. The only thing we care about, though, in this run is the Rune Arc. That's down here. Boom. That lets us use Godric's Rune later. I could use it right now for some extra health, but honestly, I'm just going to greed it and save it. We're going to ride up to Fort Faroth here. We're going to kill this giant dragon in a second to slingshot our build, get a bunch of runes early. Okay, so this is the easiest way to get a very strong head start in your game. It's killing this dragon with bleed. So the dragon obviously has like 1 billion HP. But bleed in this game does a percentage-based damage, so all we gotta do is equip the Morning Star that we got earlier, which has innate bleed on it. Stand right here, put on the blood grease, and just start whacking. That's it. Also, gotta equip this in my equip slot, the Gold Pickled Alpha. See that big bleed proc there? Another fat bleed proc. Cool. Now, when the bleed grease runs out, just reapply it. The dragon should never find you here. I've never had any situation where they've gotten to that opening in the wall back there. That's never happened. They've never even gotten close. The closest they've gotten is next to that wing there, on the other side of the wall. About 2 more bleed procs and we win. There we go. 1 more bleed grease. You can wait until the animation, like the death animation plays to use the gold pickle foul foot. Don't use it early. You got plenty of time as long as it's in your quick bar. There we go. Use the gold pickle foul foot. And we get a bunch of early runes. Very, very nice. Boom, 97k. Now what we're going to do with those runes is simple. We're going to get the minimum requirements for the Ripple Blade, which is 1111 and then 20 arcane. The rest for now is going to go into vigor. Boom. Easy peasy. Back to the club because we don't need the Morning Star anymore. At this point, I'm going to go through Fort Faroth here and get the medallion. We do not need the Source Seal for this run, thank frick. So we just have to take the easier route. Now I can go finish Weaving Peninsula, because I definitely have enough HP to deal with that. I can't kill anything in there, really, but I will have enough HP, so don't need to worry about that. Okay. Let's also use runes, because I want to go grab the torch and not have to come back, so... Or the lantern, I mean. A rune skull. Very nice. Very cool. There's a couple sacred tears to grab here. This is one of them. We're gonna save these runes for the lantern buy in a second. Here is the other sacred tier. Very nice. Okay. Cool. We'll grab the lantern from our friendo down here. There we go.
Well, there's been an angel.
Give me the lantern. There we go. Very nice. Okay. At least we got that done early this time. Okay. So let's put that in our quick slot. Nice. Our next stop is a cave. So there is a cave really close by. It's over here. Now, inside this cave, the Tombsword Cave, is the poison recipe. So that'll allow us to make poison grease, which is the other grease we'll be making use of throughout this run. Not nearly as much as blood grease, but it will have its uses, for sure. Just hug the wall here. Some more poison bloom, which is very nice. Boom, boom. Watch out for these rats. These rats are kind of deadly. Very good. I don't think we can go back that way, right? That rat just animation canceled himself. The frick? Kinda crazy, dudes. Kinda crazy. Okie doke. Alright, now we have all the recipes we need. I'll go showcase that off in a second when we're in safety. There we go. Cool. So, we have the blood grease recipe here, root resin blood rose, and poison grease recipe, root resin poison bloom. So, already showed where to get all that stuff. We're going to craft that in mass offline. It's going to be glorious. Now, what should we do? I think we can go get Ripple Blade now, actually. And continue this run properly. Very, very nice. So the Ripple Blade is at the very end of Karya Manor, which means we do have to fight Loretta, and that might seem kind of crazy because Loretta's actually quite dangerous, so we don't have an upgraded weapon. So, what gives? Well, it's not going to be a display of skill that wins the day, but a display of cheese. I'll showcase that when we get there. But basically, there is a way to kill her without ever being in danger, never taking a single hit, never missing a single hit. You could cheese the ever-living frick out of her, which is exactly what we're going to do. First, though, this is the biggest gravesite in the game that I can recall. It's guarded by a bunch of Wraith Calling Bell chuds, but, like, who cares about them, honestly? The bells are easy to dodge, and even if they hit you, like, it's really a who asked. Like, it won't do anything. You need to get hit by, like, 5 of them to even be close to dying. One more, right? There we go. That guy wedged me. That's what's up. But you see they do no damage. I don't know why. They do like almost nothing, but you're never in any danger there. Let's go north now. That guy almost tried to frame trap me. That's kind of funny. Okay. Upgrade our flask some more. Ooh, wow, we have a lot of sacred tears. Holy. Dang, we have a bunch of sacred tears. That's what's up. +5. There's Karia Manor. Truth be told, there is only one section in here that is remotely dangerous, and it is not Loretta. It is the crossbowman at the very end, so... just run past the grabby hands. Oh, cool. Nice, nice terrain there. There we go. Loretta will give us enough runes to purchase Ripple Blade, so we don't have to worry about saving any besides her own. Okay, grab this grace in case things go wrong. That'd be sad, though. Avoid the doggo. Now here's the only part that is somewhat sketchy. At the very top of the stairs here is going to be a Chud, the crossbow lady. Here she is. Okay, she behaved. Now here's what we do with Loretta, okay? To completely trivialize this fight, all you gotta do is dip your toes into the water to summon her. Okay. Come back here up these stairs. The middle part here. And save. So the moment you quit out, load back in. The game fails to kick you out of the boss arena for some reason here. I guess they just forgot to map that part out. So you stay inside the boss arena with Loretta. She doesn't respond to anything, actually. You could wail on her with even your bare fists and kill her. So we'll just use the level 0 upgrade club. Hopefully, for the last time, we have to do this with this run. I really hope we don't have to reset again. Hopefully the game doesn't explode like it did last time. There we go, GG. We should be able to talk to Ronnie now as well and get that quest line going, which would be really nice. Okay. Let's get Ronnie going. All right.
Thou must have, though I haven't. No intriguing. Wilt thou? I am the that I might well. I see our aim, but I require. I anticipate. Good. There is. I would have. Good. There is. I would have. I have called. Ah. Heed not. That I am sure.
All right. There we go. We got to talk to the super friends now.
Oh, the pleasure, the Carian Rhyme told. I will.
Alrighty, Ichi. Thank you, thank you. What up, Blythe?
Name's Blood. Glad to have you. Well, I'm situated in the Eternals. I'm planning to go see if I can.
And good old Salus.
I don't know what, but since I reside in...
Okay. Now time to grab the Ripple Blade. Woo! How far are we in this run? Let me check. 1 hour and 5 minutes into this run. This attempt, I should say. Interesting, interesting. We're going to save all these runes because I want to upgrade my weapon to plus 12. And hopefully this is enough to do that. We got to go down to this fort here. Jump down here. Jump down this way. Here. Here.
Oh, you?
Here is Pity of the Merchant. He sells a lot of cool stuff, but all we care about is Ripple Blade. Okay, now we have this cursed weapon again. I don't know why I have such bad luck with this thing in my hands, but... Trust, boys, trust. It should be fine this time. Hopefully. Frick. Okay. So we come down here. We're gonna go grab bell bearings first. Is there a grace here? Actually? No, okay, we gotta go the long way then. We're gonna grab the bell bearing. Which is pretty important, I would say. That'll allow us to upgrade our weapons all the way to +6. Then the other bell bearing we'll grab pretty quickly too, which will upgrade our weapons to +12. Very, very nice indeed, boys. Yeah, you have to like be real slow with this. Boom, Somber 3. 4, obviously, what's his face? Rykard later, and Serpent-Hunter. Okay, this is a fairly long dungeon. Not like super dangerous unless you get cornered, which shouldn't like ever happen, but we'll get hit a few times, that's okay. Not a big deal, to be honest. Okie dokie. There are smithing stones on the way. You should grab them. It is basically less runes you have to pay later. And they're also 3s, so they are fairly worth grabbing. Keep him stun locked. Boom. Oh, chud. We aggroed multiple. Okay. Oof. That's what's up. I don't know why that one saw me. I'm just gonna chop that to the curse of this weapon. That guy should not be able to see you from that far away. That is extremely abnormal, so... Maybe someone did put like a Gaelic curse from like way back in the day of Julius Caesar on this weapon. I don't know, dudes. When I run the Stone Sheath Sword, everything's fine. When I run the Giant Club, or Great Club, I mean, everything's fine. Ripple Blade? Nope. Everything goes crazy. Everything goes cattywampus at once, dudes. That is a wild voice. Can actually grab some more stones here. Good. Alright, Crystallian time. Crystallians are immune to greases, like the poisons and the bleeds, so kind of anticlimactic that we're starting with him, but we got to. Also, let me take this off my hotbar so I don't accidentally use it early. The goal is to just break his stance. Not too crazy, honestly. Just farm backstabs, farm charged heavies. Ooh, that is a weird attack. Okay. Very nice. Get your stamina up, and then we're gonna do this. Get your stamina up again. Boom. No damage. There we go. I got my no damage quota out of the way. Kick. And we get the smithing bell bearing 1. Excellent. All right. Oh man. Time to proceed onwards to get the next bell bearing. So we already got the academy key. We can go open this, therefore. Actually, we do need to go north one more. So let me go do that before I forget. Let's grab this grace, and then we'll go north a bit more. Also, this golden seed over here, naturally. Boom. Now, back to the manor. We're almost at the remembrances, I promise. We gotta go get a plus 12 weapon, and then we can go kill Godric and all them. We can kill everybody, technically, at that point. Maybe we should. Yeah, I guess so. So we can save the farming for later. Plus 12 is the best weapon that we can get until, like, way later after the capital. Because then we can get the next bell bearing right afterwards. The final bell bearing is in Farum Azula, guarded by Godskin Duo, so that's a no-go, but everything else is doable for a while. Just a reminder, all this because Fire Giant just couldn't help himself from animation canceling into his ultimate. Crazy RNG, dudes. If it wasn't for that, we'd be done with the run probably by now. You'd hate that boss. Whoever designed that boss, I mean, I hope they don't work at FromSoft anymore. Let's put it that way. Okay, got the golden seed. There's a free somber, or not somber, smithing stone 5 here. Okay. Now we can go to the main academy gate and go forward. The Bellum Highway. Alright. There's just a Sacred Tier and a Rune Arc to grab on the way, and then we make it to Altus Plateau. Also more root resins. Very nice. With that, we can actually craft more. We'll craft a couple poison grease so they're on hand, but more blood grease, especially. Oh, I got... What got me in combat, the frick? Okay, whatever. Trying to hide in the tree line. Wow. Scummy behavior. There we go. Free Rune Arc. Are we still lag rolling, by the way? Yeah, we are. That's what's up. Okay, let's go straight over and collect what we need. Let's just go grab the bell bearing. This GREASY might be useful later as well, so we'll hold on to this. Right after we grab this bell bearing, we'll start fighting the Remembrance bosses. I think we can kill all 3 of them, to be honest. Like, back to back to back. Because all that we're getting besides this is like... Oh, we can kill Edge too to get armor, but... Besides that, it's just flash stuff, and we don't really need a lot of flasks on these beginning dudes, so... May as well get them out of the way early. Okay. Let's get past the rune bear here. Okay, tree sentinels. Okay. Free golden seeds, can't argue with that. In this cave over here is the other bell bearing, which we can use. It is right at the entrance, thank Frick. Because it's otherwise a very long cave, so... Really annoying if you'd have to traverse the entire thing. There it is. Now we can upgrade our weapon all the way from nothing to plus 12, which is really nice, actually. Really, really nice. Okay. Let's do that, and then we will fight Margit and Godric. Again. Alright. Oh, man. Frick. We need 12 of each stone. Already have 9 of those. Wow, that's kind of funny. Cool. Will that actually be enough, I wonder? Think so. Perhaps not, though.
Well, I took you for no man to lay out your own.
Boom, barely enough. Frick yeah, dudes. Rubber Blade plus 12. Alright, without further ado, it is time to get all of the bosses, or the Remembrance bosses at least, out of the way. So, let's go ahead and get it done. We'll start off with Godric. How many greases do we have in total? We have the max of 10 in our pack, but how much actually do we have? 16? Okay. That might be enough. Ooh. Let's sit so the army doesn't come and kill me. There we go. Alright, oh yeah, physique as well. Right. Let's make sure our physique is good. Also, flask are up to date. Green spell spiked. Not really gonna charge attack too much, but you never know, right? Maybe. Maybe we will. At long last, we can actually begin making progress on this counter. Man, annoying. Are you hammering already? No? Okay. Oh, that was delayed as frick. Holy. That was so delayed. Well, now I can be aggressive because I already got hit. Yep, we'll trade, we'll trade. I win those fights. For sure. I don't know why he, like, giga delayed the He Death of the Universe's Golden Dagger. That was kind of weird. Just bad RNG. Again. Easy peasy. Now, if we're real gamers, we could go get Gold Scarab right now, but that's a little bit sus, so I'm not going to. That's like extremely sketchy. So we'll wait on that. I probably will even kill Ronaldo without that, but maybe not. We'll see. There's no like free XP bags now. They're all pretty difficult, so I would be very careful personally. Maybe, though. Maybe after Godric. Maybe Godric's rune will be enough to tip the scales. Good. Alrighty. Let's see if we can actually sneak past the lion now. That'd be really nice. He's been seeing me a lot, but if it's nighttime, perhaps I could sneak past. No? Okay. Weird, because, again, in the Great Club run, I had no problems with that, so... Highly unusual, but whatever. Excellent. There we go. We're just gonna save, quit the birds, because they're pretty dangerous. Case in point, that's the worst opening they could do. Okay. Alrighty. Godric should not be a problem at all. He has literally a 0% chance of killing me, I'm pretty sure. Even if I get hit by his entire fire combo, I don't think it kills at the amount of health that I have. So... he just doesn't stand a chance, literally. I'll try to play it cleanly, though, at first, until he hits me, and then we're just gonna just trade until he dies. Basically. Pop this first. Yep. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there we go. You know what? No, actually, I want to no hit him. I want to no hit him. That was kind of BS. Everybody knows I can kill this guy pretty easily. I want to no hit him. After all the trouble that this run has caused me, I'm just gonna no hit him. For personal satisfaction. I'll fish out all this terrible RNG, which, by the way, that was one, so... Boom. Alright, let's fish out the bad luck. I'm tired of getting, like, dicked on by terrible luck, so... We're gonna rectify that right now. Okay. I think my grease applied, hopefully. Oh, that's not good. think we're fine though. Boom, boom. I got glitch fired. Nope. We're no hitting him. There's the second bad move he could do. Glitch fire when it hits behind him when he's aiming forward. That's a terrain bug though. I'm not giving up, dudes. We are no hitting him. I am committed. If it takes 100 attempts, so be it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Less dog vomit RNG, please. Just normal luck. That's all I ask for. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. He can glitch fire on that attack too, I think. But it's really rare. Come on, dude. Oh. This could be problematic. Okay, we're good. We luckily turned around. Oh, glitch fire. Cool. Man. That's so cool, dudes. That's so cool. Such bad luck. Holy frick. We're gonna no-hit him. I'm committed. I've already sunk so many times in these attempts, I just don't care anymore. We're definitely doing this. Okay. Oh man, I ran out of grease. Could have punished him there. Y'all are getting a real-time demonstration of my bad RNG in practice. All these glitch fires we're getting. It's kind of insane, actually. No glitch fire, no glitch fire. Come on. There we go. Holy. Holy. That should not have taken that long, dudes.
We'll return together,
That was to prove a point there. Frick.
bathed in rays of gold.
Okay. We got it, boys. We got it. Easy peasy. Now, before I kill more remembrances, let me first update my counter, but also we need to go get the gold scarab, so we're going to go and activate his great rune, which will give us +5 all stats. Very, very nice indeed, although it's a bit diminished with this run because the Rebel Blade is a uni or mono scaling weapon, so it only scales with arcane, not multiple stats. That greatly inhibits its effectiveness with the great rune, but you still get vigor, the arcane, mind, endurance. Still quite useful indeed, if not overbearingly so. Probably run under him here because he was late to draw the arrow, but we'll be safe. There we go. Poggers, poggers. We should probably kill Edsha as well now to get some armor so we're not naked anymore. That probably would be good as well. I guess we can do that next, because that's pretty easy. Oh, man. Frick. Whew. Do we still have no drop frames? Wow. Crazy. I'm glad that fix actually worked, though. That's what's up. That's what's up. Alright, at long last, we have Godric's Great Rune, which I think we're going to use for like all of the base game, but once we get to the DLC, we might actually switch over to Radahn's. That's what I'm thinking right now, but we'll see. Great Rune stuff. Boom. We're gonna keep leveling up vigor, that's fine. Now we gotta put on the preserving boluses, because we're about to fight some Clean Rot Knights. Rune Arc to equip the Great Rune. And here we go. So all the way out here in this cave in the middle of nowhere is the Gold Scarab, which is, technically speaking, the best talisman in the entire game. I'll explain why that is when we get it. But essentially, there are no downsides. It's just a straight upgrade to your character, if you want to think of it that way. I should have grabbed the armor first, actually. I think we'll be fine, though. Actually, no, I don't want to risk it. We'll go get the armor. We'll get the grace, come back in just a second, and then With armor, we will definitely be fine. I believe. Let's go antagonize Ensha real quick. Boom.
Please, no.
Please, no. Don't worry, Alvinus, I got you.
Clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be.
Ivory sickle, yo.
Well. Oh, I will finish. The curse, my beggar. You must keep it.
Boom, Halictree Secret Medallion. Now that we have that, Ensha's gonna be hostile, so let's go fight. No golden vow here, just grease and love. Okay. For that. Wow, he dead zoned me. Annoying. Worst RNG. He literally did his perfect counter 4 times in a row. Holy, what is wrong with this weapon? I'm convinced this is cursed. That's crazy, dudes. He did his perfect counter 4 times in a row to hit me. Obviously, I was able to tank through with my massive HP pool, but that is not normal. What is happening? This weapon is cursed, dudes. I can't wait to be done with this run and then never touch it again. Be like, there's some bad juju with this weapon, dudes. I gotta go get his armor, that's right. We gotta go loot his corpse. It doesn't automatically loot into our inventory. I would say I'm not superstitious, but that would be a lie, dude. There's some weird coincidences, dude. At least we have some sick threads now to keep us warm. The Royal Remains armor is really good, actually. Okay, don't roll in the rod or you make it worse. You just gotta wade through it. You do get rod, use those boluses. Do. Let's check our ledge luck. Because sometimes you fail to jump on this ledge and you get poisoned. Let's see if that actually happens this time. It did not. What do you know? That's what's up, dude. Frick yeah. Okay. Now, we have the dual Clean Rot Knights. If we just kill the first one really quickly with Wild Strikes, we should be A-okay. That's fine, I can out Wild Strikes you, buddy. There we go. Ow. Boom, GG. Alright, so with their deaths, we get the gold scarab. Now let me, because they rod me at the very end, let me go back and heal before I explain why this is so good. This talisman gives you 20% more runes from all enemies, including, what is it? Bosses, okay? Now, the thing about bosses in this game is when you kill... Actually, let's go get Winged Sword right now. When you kill them, there is about like a 10-second delay It varies between bosses, but on average is about 10 seconds. Between the boss dying and you getting the runes. Okay? So what you can do is run your normal combat setup, so any offensive talismans you have, any defensive talismans you have, to kill the boss, and right when you land the killing blow, as the boss is dying, going through the death animation, you could open up your equipment and swap in the gold scarab. So you get all of the bonuses of the gold scarab without any of the penalties. That is kind of crazy, right? When you look at it from that lens, the gold scarab is essentially an upgrade to your character in that way. There's no penalty at all, on bosses at least, where you have that delay between killing and runes. So it is de facto the best talisman in the entire game for that reason. There is no downside, you just get a humongous upside. Obviously, if you're like level 1 or something, it's a big who asked, but that's fine. Any other run, really good. Really, really, really good, dudes. And it'll save you so much time getting to max level if you're one of those crazy people that get to like level 700, whatever. Alright, save quit here. Very nice. After we get this talisman, we'll go kill Rykard. Whew, man. Okie doke. Now this Clean Rot Knight has been trolling, so hopefully not this time. Oh, he tried. He did try it again. What a chud. Luckily, I was prepared for that and dodged out of the way of the grab. Boom, Winged Sword. Successive Attacks Talisman. Extremely good when you're able to Wild Strikes, which admittedly is not super often, but often enough to where it's definitely worth using that talisman from time to time, for sure. Alrighty. Let's go kill Rykard. Now these other chuds, I'm not going to promise a no damage or anything. We've already got Godric. That's good enough for me, boys. That's good enough for me, dudes. I actually might need to farm some more grease, too. Yeah, I'm going to have to farm some more grease. It should be enough for Doggo, though. So I'll do one round of grease farming when I kill Doggo. And then we'll continue onwards. Oh, they delayed. Okay, we're still fine. That's what's up. Okay. Not good RNG in those guys, but we dodged them all. That's what's up. Now something weird happened here last time. Let's see if that happens again. I'm gonna crouch to ensure that doesn't happen. There we go. We did not have a dog coming from across the entire map to wedge us in, so that's what's up. I don't know why he pulled. That was like super weird. Excellent. A Somber 3 over there if you like. We already have one for later, so we don't care. Alright. Doggo is really annoying, so Shouldn't kill us, but it will definitely be a frustrating, obnoxious fight, but that's okay. Because no matter how annoying he can be, he will die due to his really frail HP. Okay. Grease it up. That's not good. Nice. Oh yeah, that unguardable combo, cool. Nice. Really good fight overall. Alright, I am going to complete this entire area in one sitting because I don't want to glitch underneath the map again. I warped to the school playground, which is not playground, like school, I forget what it is. The grace underneath here from the cave before, and that's what caused me to glitch underneath the map against my own will, no volition of mine, and instantly die to lose attempt 3, so I'm gonna kill everybody here in one attempt and never come back, boys. Basically. That is the plan. I do not want to risk that happening again. Oh yeah, I should have farmed more greases. This will be enough to kill Rynal though, for sure. One for phase 1 and one for phase 2 will be good enough. Save Quid past the Carian Knight to bypass him completely. Okay, let's see. Flask of Azik. Golden Vow we will not grease until it's time to actually hit her. Bad spawn. Another bad spawn. Not super bad, but there we go. Overall, not too bad. Alright, phase 2. You can't hit her coming out of this and then run away, but that's like risky as frick, so not recommended. Try to summon there. Bad stamina. No summons? Really? Oh, there we go, okay. Those friggin' dogs frame trapped. Annoying. Go away. Literal insta-spawn frame trap hit, dude. Yeesh. Terrible luck. What is with this weapon? This weapon is so cursed, dude. Holy frick. I don't get it. I really don't get it, dudes. Like, the worst scenario happens every time on every fight. I mean, Doggo is okay, at least, I guess. There's one bad move.
Where did he flee?
That's so weird, dudes.
Come out.
Beware, if you want to use this weapon, this is a warning, dudes. Something's not right. Something's not right with that. Also, that's our second remembrance. That's what's up. Do we keep going Vigor, I wonder? Part of me wants to say yes, but we should get some Arcane going.
My sweeting.
Okay, Radon time. We could kill Commander O'Neill too, actually, I guess. If we really want to. Yeah, I guess so. I guess we can. I've been killing Radon first, but I guess we could use the increased power on Radon instead of O'Neill, so that's fine by me. Also, let's just get started with Milson's questline a little bit earlier than usual. Okay. We'll go grab the Grace, and then we're gonna go do a farming run for Grease, and we'll start killing these guys. Very, very nice. There we go. Let's do a quick Grease collection run. So we need to go to Rose Church first. Actually, we could be real min-max too and start Var's questline at the same time. So that would be wise. Because Var's over there, so we may as well spawn him in.
Fine, you have now to become the thing as much. Now become.
Grab the gesture. Excellent. Now White Mask is over there, so we can get 2 birds down with 1 stone. Very, very nice. We also have another talisman slot, but that doesn't really matter right now because we don't have anything. So, yeah. Maybe we have some, like, filler garbage. Yeah, we do. Bull Drake. For all the lightning enemies we're fighting in this run, none of them. Not for a while, at least. Okay.
My doubt. The words of the truly, I believe, even that's the. Oh.
There we go.
Give it a try.
There's White Mask. Very good. Grab all the blood roses while we're here. Now I'll go do the pine resin circuit. I don't know why I keep saying that. Root resin. I guess I have Dark Souls 1 on the mind for some reason. The root resin circuit at War Master Shack. And that'll be enough grease to definitely kill Radahn. Boom. Easy peasy. There were 3 in that one. Holy. Crazy. There we go. That was a really good RNG on that root resin. Holy frick. Now we have 11 grease again. Poggers. So Commander O'Neill's hilarious because I'm just shy on damage to one-cycle him, which is annoying, but that means clownage ensues with the summons, so yeah. Totally fine, I guess. In fact, I think I'm gonna try something a little bit different with him. We'll try just intentionally getting him to summon his guys at the beginning, but we're not gonna like double spawn. We're gonna actually kill the first wave so we can skip the second wave. That would probably be better, I would think. Okay. Oh my goodness, the actual mosquito's attacking me too. What is this run, dude? What is this? What? Why is the mosquito attacking? Oh my goodness, dude. I am so over it. Okay. This entire run's gonna be a struggle bus, isn't it? For no logical reason. The mosquito actually comboed with the archer. You need to die, dude. Holy frick. This run is cursed. I don't know why, but we'll just have to play safe the entire run, I guess. Get down here, you chud. Oh my goodness. Why is this dude hostile? Crazy, right? It's so wild. Luckily, Commander O'Neill will, like, sit tight while I kill this guy. There we go. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, that's... He Death the Universe delayed. That's right. Yeah, alright, time for the actual fight. Holy frick, dude. Alright, he should phase now, right? Is he not? Okay, I'll just keep wailing on him then. There we go. Boom. Easy peasy, dudes. I don't know what is happening with this run, but yeah, literally things that have never happened before in, like, how many runs have I done on the stream? Like 12 plus by now or something? Maybe 15? They're all happening at once with this weapon. So crazy, right? Kind of entertaining, though, to be honest. Kind of entertaining. They're usually not lethal, with the exception of the fire giant stuff, but yeah.
I'd hoped a strap don't fresh. Should you I will teach.
Man, if this is the base game, I wonder how the DLC is gonna go, dudes. It's gonna be a clown fiesta, I'm sure.
Well, the work of a can you give us well,
We're gonna have to like permanently bench Wild Strikes in the DLC. I got a good feeling, dudes. If this is the shenanigans that are happening already, like it's a no-go in the DLC. Well, except like Bayle. Bayle you can. By the way, we save and quit to advance NPC dialogue here, in case you don't know. Boom.
The needle. Will you give it? I will reward.
There we go.
Intended to wretched.
Talk to Millicent, and then we can actually go... Well, I'll talk to her again in the shack after that, but then go kill Radahn. Augers.
Well, my flesh, it is a cup. You to quell, but never mind. I would rather than some. Would you mind? Well,
Yep, I got you, Millicent.
my apology. Everything.
My
even
apologies.
not that I'm with the needle. My destiny. It's all thanks. My name is Mel.
Oh, you know what we can do, actually? Ooh, that's kind of risky. I just thought of something we can do, right after we're done. It's a little bit risky, though. And when I was sciencing after I died in Attempt 3, I did die doing that. So, I don't know, but... it should be fine. By the way, you saw that I walked right past the mosquitoes there, didn't get aggro? Huh. Interesting, right? Interesting that suddenly works. Very interesting, boys. Okay.
Well, I must.
Okay, now Millicent's on her way. That's good. Alright, Radahn time. So... Radahn's pretty easy. He can't really kill us again. The thing about this version of Radahn is all of his attacks are slow enough to where you can generally get to a safe spot and heal if you just dodge the next attack. So it hits you, and then you just dodge whatever attack is right afterwards, and then typically you can heal right there. So it's like not lethal at all, basically, unless you get hit by the meteor. Woe to you if that happens. Alrighty. Luckily, there's no mosquitoes in Radahn's arena, so we can't get double teamed from freaking nowhere. Okie doke. Champions, welcome.
The stars have aligned. The festival is. The festival.
But now,
All right, thank you, Slave Knight Gale. Appreciate it. Alrighty. Good old Radessi. So this fight is actual RNG as to whether you get no hit or not, because of the arrows at the beginning. So I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'll try, but if I get hit, whatever, right? If you have the rain of arrows following you and he does the shotgun shot, you can just randomly get hit. So, yeah, not my problem, boys. Not my problem. We also can't Golden Vow due to the nature of the fight, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. Okay, what's he gonna do here? we go. Lucky. We got lucky there. Got lucky again. Okay. Boom. Okay. Very nice. Maybe this fight will be normal for once. Holy. Imagine that. Okay. I knew he'd try that, that's why I went behind him. Okay. We're done. Okay, there you go. I was a little worried about him there. Oh, cool. That retarded move. That's what's up. I bet that's gonna be the only thing that hits me this whole run. Oh, I don't make grease anymore. Stay over there, we're done. Yep, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, we're doing this now. What? Oh, he's doing this move. Okay. This should push him, right? Yep. Okay. I don't know why his horse is a hitbox for him, but whatever. I'm sure there's like a reason for that. Besides it being his favorite horse. Okay, you want to do meteors right with no health? That's what's up. Boom, GG. One hit king, boys. Maybe not no hit, but for some unknown reason, one hit. That's my jam. To be fair, that move is BS. It instantly comes out, so you have no dodge chance. You have to literally, if you're attacking at all, you have a 0% chance of dodging that. So you have to either turtle the fight out every time you're in front of him to not attack and dodge, or attack and risk getting hit. So that's exactly what we did there. All right, here is time for a actually really dangerous fight, okay? This is going to be quite dangerous, boys. We're going to fight the Putrid Avatar right now, okay? So to not die, I'm going to get 50 Vigor, which is what we're going to have with the rune. Unlike everybody we fought so far who can at most be an annoying chud, Putrid Avatar can actually kill, so I gotta lock in. I think the strategy is to use the Wild Strike R2, like the pseudo square off mechanic, to get big stance damage in. Also immune to greases, so we'll have to go raw dog this. Okey doke. Starting off strong, I see. Okay, just chart attack here. That's probably better, to be honest. Oh. He, rot guarded himself. That's what's up. So we'll have to wild strikes from behind to ignore critting him. That's what's up. We're doing that, okay. Yeah, stay over there, dude. Stay over there. Thank you. So he's too close to the pot there, so we can't go behind him, which means we risk dying. So we gotta get to a more open field. There we go. Okay. Spamming that kind of sucks, but whatever. Do your butt slam, buddy. No? You're done with that now? Okay. No, he's not butt slamming anymore. Okay, there we go. Okay. He's gotta break soon, right? A little bit sketchy. There we go, frick. Chop down that tree. Dick. One more. Boom, easy peasy, dudes. Yeesh. That was more or less pretty good. We technically no-hit that. We only stepped in some goop. That was pretty cool. Alright, that's great too, because we get the opaline tier. Really good defensive crystal tier. And a bunch of runes, so... Alright. At this point, oh yeah, I didn't update the counter. Sorry about that, dudes. Boom. 3 for a done. At this point, we're done with Remembrances for the day, so if you're just here for Remembrances, thanks for watching, I appreciate that. Now we're going to do everything else, though. We're going to do NPC quest lines, we're going to do killing some minor bosses, getting to Mohg's area but not killing Mohg, you know, stuff like that, right? So that is on the docket for now. What do we start with, though? I think we start with Altus Collection. Yeah. Let's do Altus Collection now. And on the way, we can do the stuff for White Mask as well. Let's see. It's probably because we got 50 vigor now. Like, that's plenty, dude. So we can just go arcane and hit the second breakpoint at like 55 or something like that. We got a lot of collecting to do in Altus, which is the last collection before everything else is like on the trail or not required. So that's very exciting. There's a sacred tear in here, as well as some blood roses, so actually quite handy. Quite nice. There we go. There's gonna be a lot of walking around right now, boys, so don't mind that. We'll do Volcano Manor right now. Walk over there, unlock everything, so that day 2 we can just start immediately here, basically, and in other locations. That's weird. That one didn't aggro. Okay. That is peculiar, for sure. But I guess that's good? Technically? Never really seen that happen before, so I don't know how to react. So we're missing 4 flasks right now. Okay, how many golden seeds? Okay, so we're about to get another flask. Very nice. Alright. There's still plenty of golden seeds to get as well. Let me make sure I still have no drop frames as well. Yeah. Wow. Holy cow, dudes. That's what's up. Frick yeah. Okay, now Grafted Scion didn't see me like for a while. That's interesting. Very interesting. Man, I hope Fire Giant behaves this time. That dude can literally just at any point kill you instantly from full health. It's kind of insane. Like, that boss deserves to be in Dark Souls 2, dude. He does not deserve to be in Elden Ring. He deserves to be in Dark Souls 2. That is for darn sure.
Yes, right this way. Right this way.
Luckily, Greasy 4 is making his way. Oh, man. Frick. Here's Falling Star Beast. You can run past him, but just in case he tries anything cute, which is the theme of this run, we're gonna completely buff ourselves with defensives. Let's actually upgrade our flasks as well. There you go. Boom. This one, I guess we do the green spell for now. Okay. We get the golden seed down here. I find it so amusing that the Stone Sheath Sword run went off without a hitch. The Great Club run went off without a hitch. This run, all of a sudden, craziness breaks out. It's kind of funny. If you think about it. I kind of want to redo one of my earlier runs, too. The Venomous Fang run, that was a really, really fun run. But the problem is, I have a bunch of new like weapons to do, so I'll be waiting on that. But that was one of my most fun runs ever. That was only my like third run on the channel or something, or maybe my second. No, it was my third run, yeah, because the Twin Blaze run was the second run. But yeah, the Venomous Fang run was super fun. Poison runs go hard. They might not do a lot of damage, but they're definitely super cool, for sure. I've also been eyeing Tialie's Hidden Needle, the Sleep Claw or Fist, whatever. That'd be a really cool run as well. The Great Bow run is coming. That's gonna be a New Game Plus run, but I might do one other run in the meantime. I think. Not quite sure. That's not gonna be Deathless. That's just like, can you even beat the game with the Great Bow? I don't even know. I don't even know it's possible, to be honest. No chance in that being Deathless. Although I wonder who's gonna be the first guy to kill me in the Great Bow run. A regular bow could do it Deathless, but a Great Bow, I think it's too slow. Unless you're like an absolute legend of the game, which I am definitely not. So we'll see what happens there. Where's the snake? Okay, he's over there. Good, good. Sorry about that, boys. Grab the Somber 5 over here. With that and the Somber 6 we're going to get soon, we can upgrade the Serpent-Hunter all the way to +6. Jump out on Rykard a ton. We're not going to fight Gascanol right now. We'll save him for day 2. Come over here, save quit. Okie doke. Okay, I think Volcano Manor is dunesies now. We can proceed with our collection in Altus Plateau. Very, very good. How far have we gone so far? 2.5 hours? Okay. We have about 30 more minutes and then we're done. Which should be enough time to finish Altus Plateau and then start on, what is it? Moosey Boy, Finger Slayer Blade, stuff like that. Ooh, free blood grease on the ground. Can't argue with that. Now, Magnus is an annoying chud. We should be able to stun lock him, but for whatever reason we can't. He's too slippery, so I'll just dash attack him over and over again. Cool. Let's get rid of the preserving boluses for now. Alright, let's kill Magnus. Stay over there, Magnus. I'm fat rolling. I guess he's gonna be extremely aggro now, right? Okay. There we go. We do have to put some points into endurance then. That's what that means. Holy, you are hyper aggro, my friendo. Let me punch that out of you real quick. He jumped over me. That's what's up. It's an interesting battle. Ooh, bleep rock. The NPCs do not like that. Haha, tricked ya. More bleed. Ooh, he quickied me. Your lion's claw didn't work, friend. Yeah, that was a pitiful lion's claw right there. Boom! One hit again, weirdly enough. There we go. Magnus taken care of. Now we gotta go back to, what's his face? Var later, but we'll do that at the end, to be honest. At this point, we need to go grab a Grace here. And then we gotta do some more Millicent questline garbage. Can you just come down here? I believe so. That'd probably be faster. Alright, the tree should be, yep, right here. Excellent. We're gonna grab this Grace and come back later once Millicent's ready. I don't know if you can kill the Godskin Apostle early and Millicent will still be here to kill, but I'm not gonna risk it. Because their next earliest spot after this, I think, is in the either Consecrated Snowfield or even Halleck Tree. I don't remember. So it's really not a good idea to mess around with that. We're gonna fortify up in case the catapults are annoying. There we go. We can equip this as well. Excellent. We gotta get some endurance going. I'll calculate exactly how much in a second. Because I can't be fat rolling. Or I guess White Mass Armory will be lighter, right? I believe so. Ooh. See, I knew they would troll. I knew for a fact they would troll. Come on now. That's why you prepare for everything in a Deathless run, boys. I think White Mass Armor is lighter, actually, so we don't need to. However, I think we're still incentivized to go a little bit of endurance because we can light roll on some bosses if we do that. And that is especially attractive on, like, Bayle. Bayle is the light roll boss. It makes so many of his ults a lot easier to dodge if you're light rolling. But most notably, the one where he shoots the lightning in a line on the ground twice. Yeah, light roll really good for that. Really, really good. here's another gravesite, by the way. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's go to Millicent now. Or not Millicent directly, but her arm. Her arm in the Shaded Castle. Very, very good. Mm-hmm. We can go grab the Grace over here. Can we go up this way, or do we have to go through the perilous part? No, we can go up here. Awesome. Excellent. She should be up there right now if we did everything right, and she is. Excellent. Excellent. So we gotta make a fairly long journey over here to get Millicent's arm back. Okie doke. So you don't have to kill anything here, you can just save quit your way through, so that makes it a lot easier. But the Valkyrie prosthesis for Millicent is up that ladder to the left. Watch out, all these zombies are going to try to push you off, because of course, like why not? Run past the Clean Rod Knight, come in here, save quit. Boom, Valkyrie's prosthesis. Let's give that to Millicent. At the same time, we can go talk to Alexander and get him moving as well. What spawned me facing the wall? It's a little weird.
Oh, in truth, the Scarlet as such, though rather vexed, I realized that I could have aided. Are you giving me the? I think it might be. If it might be perhaps that. It might be perhaps.
There we go. We will deal with her in a second, but let's finish up Alexander and get him sent to Farum Azula, which is right this way. Onwards to Mount Gelmir. Careful, the hitbox is enormous on these fire explosions. Like, it's way bigger than even the fire for unknown reasons, so just give him a wide berth. Easy peasy. This is actually a 6 rune, right? No, I think it's somebody up here. Somebody up here has a golden rune 6, which is really, really nice, actually. I think it's this one. Augers. Alright, let's talk to Alexander and get him moving. Just let the worm charge a bit, that's fine. Wait until he stops charging. He's charging one more time, okay. You done now, bud? There we go. Now we can talk to Alexander and get another golden rune too. Thank you for the jar helmet, Alexander. There we go. Now we're done. Golden rune 3 right there. Is this a golden rune as well? No, butterfly, okay. Now he is set for the end game. We just gotta resolve Millicent now. So the thing with Millicent is she appears as a summon during the Godskin Apostle fight. We don't have to summon her, but we just gotta make sure she's there, I think. And she should be now. I think I'm just gonna cat and mouse Godskin Apostle because he's really annoying to fight up close. So I'll just yo-yo him. Might take a while, but it ensures victory, basically. And that's something I desperately need in this run, it seems. Okay. Okie doke. Yeah, I'm gonna reset that. Bad RNG. Bad RNG, boys. Let's just immediately fish that out then. Alright. Not dog shit RNG now, please. That was a very far forward fireball, holy. Fireball me. Fireball me, Chud. There we go. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's get him away from the wall, actually. Hush, hush. Cool. I know I'm fighting like a bit of a little pansy right now, but truth be told, I'm kind of testing this strat. Live? Could be useful for Nyrane, for example. Boom, 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 boom. Should. Seems fairly consistent. It's annoying that he's not fireballing anymore for unknown reasons. I'm just kind of baiting that out right now, honestly. He just doesn't want to, okay. You got this, dude. No? You just don't want a fireball anymore. Okay. There we go. GG. No damage. That's a fairly easy way to no damage those guys. Interesting. Not the most, like, honorable way of fighting by any means, but definitely consistent, it seems. You do need a fairly big arena, though, which is not a problem in Nyrane, luckily. You always have that big circle. The one in the tower might be a little harder to pull that off on him. The one in the Kayla Tower? Yeah. Alright, Millicent. Honestly, let's just murder her real quick. She hasn't given us any problems at all in any of the attempts, so I'm hoping that's the same here. Yep. There we go. We get Millicent's Prosthesis, which is a successive attack talisman, which stacks with the Winged Sword insignia. That's why attacking her early and getting this is better than waiting for Winged Sword, or Rod Winged Sword, I mean. The dexterity boost is kind of pointless, honestly, in this run, but still, it's decent for successive attack builds. Okay. Is there anything else I need to do right now? I'm trying to think if we're missing anything or not. I don't believe so. I think I'll just keep Ronnie's stuff for next time, the entirety of that. We got Rykard and Morgan next. Oh, actually, there is one more thing we gotta do. We gotta kill the tree spirit and grab some more golden seeds. Yeah, but I think that's it, actually, dudes, after that. Yeah, we only got 1 blood grease. Can we craft more? Yes. Okay, excellent. We gotta kill the tree spirit boss here. I don't know why he summons out of nowhere, and he didn't kill that guy right there? What? That guy's supposed to die every time, by the way? Okay, at least that kills him. That's what's up. Funny, dude. Always so funny, this game. Is he gonna blow up again? Yeah. I'll re-grease here. You go through greases like candy in this run, but luckily they're easy to farm, so it doesn't matter. Fire, yes. No wild strikes for me, that's a-okay. Exploding again, okay. Nice little dead zone there. Boom, no damage. Easy peasy. We got a free golden seed from that, and then there's 2 more up here, but I think that's all the collectibles at that point. Our flash is at +9, so indeed we've gotten all of them so far, except for the Vicon, which we're going to skip. And the Okina, which we're going to skip as well. We're going to have 13 flasks, which is really awesome. I guess that'll be next time, because we're going to have 3 golden seeds here. Overall, things are looking pretty good in this attempt. So that's what's up. We could kill Margit for fun, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Let's kill Margit for fun, boys. Oh, we don't have our stuff, actually. We don't have our physique, or... We don't have 2 greases? F it, dudes. F it, we ball. Thy meager flame. Wretched flame ambition. Okay, sorry. Sorry for misquoting you, Margit. You gonna hammer me now, dude? Okay. Okay, I need good stam. Crazy whiff there. Oh, I rolled that. Didn't register. Rolled that. Didn't register. Didn't register. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Game's freaking out. Let's reset here. You good, game? You good now? Okay, there you go. There we go. Weird. That does happen sometimes. I don't know what the cause is. It's not the controller, though, because I got a brand new one. Very nice, by the way. We get Viridian Amber Medallion +1, which is pretty cool. Fairly useful. In fact, honestly, I might just use that. That's a lot of extra stamina. Really nice, boys. Okay, let me think. Did we get everything done that we wanted to today in this 4th attempt of the run? My goodness, dude. I think so. I think we got everything, boys. So next time, I'm gonna farm all the reagents for the poison and blood greases in the meantime, by the way. Next time, which I don't know when that'll be, maybe tomorrow night, we'll see. I will continue on. So I think we're gonna do... Should we do Rykard first, actually? We might want to do Rykard first. And then do the boys down here, Moosey Boy and Estelle. Then Capital. Or maybe we can just go to Capital first to get a super-powered weapon. I don't know. We have a lot of options, so we'll see, dudes. Really hopeful I don't have to reset again, because it's getting kind of annoying, actually, redoing this over and over again, so... Hopefully, Fire Giant behaves next time. It's literally up to Fire Giant. If Fire Giant chooses to kill me, I can't do anything about it. I have to go back to the beginning. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, boys. I'm going to try to keep this Deathless at least through the base game. If I die late in the DLC, it's like, yeah, whatever, right? Who cares? I don't even know who would kill me in the DLC, honestly, with a fast weapon like this. Sunflower, probably? Yeah, probably Sunflower, if I had to take a guess. But that's fine. It's really the base game that I want to try to maintain Deathless in, at least, because there's no excuse, right? It's just Fire Giant being an annoying twat. But, yeah. That's gonna be it for today, dudes. Thanks for watching, and see you guys probably tomorrow for Elden Ring. Also, we might do some games with friends tonight, but we'll see. Alright, thanks for watching. Peace.